Hello good day viewers, in this tutorial we are going to find a solution to this quartic equation. X to the power of 4 plus 2x to the third power minus 7x squared minus 8x plus 12 equal to 0. But the objective of this tutorial is to learn how to factorize by grouping. You should know that you can only factorize by grouping if the ratios of the terms you wish to group are exactly the same. Example, suppose we have x to the third power plus x squared plus x plus 1, something like this. This is an expression, right? A polynomial. Just observe that if you take this, you divide by this, we're going to get x. Take this, divide by this, you're still going to get x. So the ratios of all times that you wish to group must be the same. All right, let's get started. If I wish to group this by another term, I will make sure that if I should take this and divide by that term, I will get the same value that I will take the other one to divide by the subsequent terms. So since I have the leading coefficient of x to the power of 4 to be 1, I would like to get another term here that will have a coefficient of 1, but with an exponent of 3. So let's do that, something like x to the power of 4, then plus x to the third power. I know that if I take this and divide by this, I am going to get 1. But this is x to the third power, but here we have 2x to the third power, meaning we have another x to the third power plus another x to the third power. These two will give us this. Then I would like to take this and divide by the next term. That will still give us 1. That will give us plus what? X squared, right? But this is negative what? 7x squared. So how can we compensate? I know that if I should subtract 8x squared here, this and this will give us what? Negative 7x squared. This is just the logic. So we move. Next, you can see that the coefficient here is negative 8. For you to get 1, you must get negative 8, because negative 8 divided by negative 8 is 1. And here we must have x. So you can see already this is negative 8x. So there's nothing we can do here. And the next term do not contain x. So this is not possible. Let us try another way. I know how to do that directly, but I'm just showing you a clue. Now I would like to get negative 1x or negative x. So if that is the case, I would like to have x to the fourth power here, then minus x to the third power, because if I take this and divide by this, that will give us negative x. But if this is negative x to the third power, this is what? Positive 2x to the third power. It means that I have to add 3x to the third power. If I add 3x to the third power, you see this plus this will give us 2x to the third power. So it is equivalent to this one. Then we move. Remember, we want to get the ratio of what? Negative x. So by what can we divide this to get negative x? That must be negative 3x squared. Because if I take this and divide by this, that will give us negative x. But from here, we have what? Negative 7x squared. But this is what? Negative 3x squared. So what do? We have to get negative 4x squared, because this and this together will give us this. Negative 3, negative 4 is what? Negative 7. Then we are done with negative 7x squared. Then we move down here. We want to take this and divide by what will give us negative x. That must be positive 4x, because this divided by this is what? Negative x. But here we have negative 8x. So how can we compensate? By subtracting 12x. This minus this is definitely negative 8x. Then the last term here is already 12, because we know that we want to get negative 1. So taking this and divided by positive 12, that will give us negative x. So plus 12, the whole of this equal to 0. Now we are free to factorize by grouping. You see 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, let's do that. From the first two terms, what do we have in common? We have x to the third power in common, x to the third power. Inside the bracket, from this we have only x. From this we have minus 1, because we are taking this and divide by this, right? Then we move to the second term, we have 3x squared in common. That is plus 3x squared in the bracket. If you take this, you divide by this, you're going to have only x. Take this, you divide by this, you're going to have negative x, negative 1, sorry. Then we move to the next one. We have negative 4x in common, negative 4x. Inside, you take this, you divide by what you have factored out, you have positive x. Take this, you divide by this, you have negative 1. Then the last two, we have minus 12 in common, minus 12. Inside, we have x minus 1. The whole of this equal to 0. So you can see that we have x minus 1 everywhere, and we can still factorize it. So we bring x minus 1 outside. Inside, from the first time, we have this plus this minus this minus this, right? That is x to the third power plus 3x squared minus 4x, then minus 12. The whole of this equal to 0. You should observe negative 12 divided by negative 4 will give us what? Positive 3. And 3 divided by 1, because the coefficient of x to the third power is 1, will still give us 3. So we can still factorize by grouping. So x minus 1 remain there. And now we wish to factorize this. The first one, we have x squared in common. So we have x squared. Then inside we have what? From this we have x. From this we have 3 plus 3. Then what do we have here in common? Minus 4. Minus 4. Then inside the bracket we have x, then plus 3. Because the whole of this divided by this will give us x. The whole of this divided by this will give us positive 3. Then we close. And you know that the whole of this is equal to 0, right? So we have x minus 1, which was there before. But from here, you can see we have x plus 3 in common. So we have x plus 3. What do we have left? X squared minus 4. X squared minus 4. This is equal to 0. We have no problem with this one because we know it is difference of two squares. Why? Because we know that 4 can be written as 2 squared. Let me write it as 2 squared. And we have squared minus another squared, difference of two squares. Remember, if you have a squared minus b squared, this is what? A minus b times a plus b. So we're going to apply the same thing. So we have our factors x minus 1, x plus 3. Then we have difference of two squares, that is x minus 2, x plus 2. The whole of this equal to 0. Now we are going to set every single factor to be equal to 0. Either x minus 1 equal to 0, x plus 3 equal to 0, x minus 2 equal to 0, or x plus 2 equal to 0. From here, this implies that what? X equal to 1. This one we have x equal to 3, negative 3, sorry, because we have positive 3 to the left. Once it crosses over, it becomes negative. We have what? X equal to 2, and lastly x equals negative 2. And hence we have 4 solutions, and definitely we have to get 4 solutions because we are dealing with a polynomial with degree 4. So we expect what? 4 solutions. So these are the solutions to this problem. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye bye.